Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. TLC's payout transformed the Browns' lives by bringing them sister wives. However, it appears that the money did not go as far as fans expected. Christine Woolley's daughter, Gwendlyn, recently revealed that it was her mother who paid her, not the network. Yes, you read it correctly. Gwen commented on her early filming days and promoted the show. She discussed the true dynamics and made some stunning revelations. Is that true? What is this all about? Did TLC not pay the Brown children? Continue reading to hear more about what Gwen has to reveal. Gwendlyn recently reflected on how her family's financial situation improved after receiving sister wives. She went on, "We just got thrown into fame and thrown into money." The celebrity child confessed that her life became much easier after TLC money started flooding into her home. Gwen described how she stopped requiring and wanting goods, calling it a blessing. It was said, "Life is a lot easier for a kid that's not going hungry." Gwen acknowledged that in the beginning, she was super into the show due to its money side. This is because the Browns were in a poverty situation before being offered the show. But Gwen's perspective has shifted, and it appears that she is no longer interested in the item that was a blessing to her. Sister Wives, Gwen claims TLC did not pay the Brown kids. The Sister Wives program was a big hit, and it undoubtedly transformed the lives of the Browns. However, it appears that TLC's money did not go directly to the kids. Gwen recently told Teen Vogue that the network only paid the show's parents rather than the children. She questioned whether the franchise did or did not expect the adults to pay the children, but the truth is that they were not reimbursed during their first years. Christine, however, made the decision to pay her children. She set aside a certain amount per day or half-day of camera time for her children from the savings. This is how the Brown children began to get money from their appearances on the show. Gwen also stated that she was unaware of the overall amount she and her brothers received from the show. However, Gwen was confident of one thing: it certainly hasn't been a fair share. This could explain why she isn't as interested in filmmaking as she once was. The famous kid had previously accepted that filming was a normal part of her life. But she no longer enjoys it that way and considers it weird. Furthermore, a TLC representative informed the noted source that compensation is often handled in accordance with contractual obligations, which include applicable labor laws and regulations. As a result, the show paid the Brown family's parents rather than their children. What are your thoughts about this? Please let us know in the comments section. Stay tuned to the TV season and spoilers for additional information. In the ever-changing and drama-filled world of Sister Wives, viewers have long wondered how, if at all, the Brown children were compensated for their roles on the family's successful TLC reality show. While viewers have witnessed innumerable moments involving the Brown children, heartfelt confessions, dramatic milestones, and the heartbreaking aftermath from their parents' broken relationships, many assumed that TLC had compensated each youngster for their time on TV. Gwendlyn Brown, Christine and Kody Brown's daughter, disclosed publicly that the children were never compensated by TLC, shocking fans and shedding light on what many now see as a very unfair situation. Instead, she said that her mother, Christine, personally paid money to the kids when she could, out of her own pocket, not the network, the production company, or Kody. This stunning statement sheds new light on the family's inner workings behind the scenes of a show that benefited much from the idea of a huge polygamous family navigating modern life. Sister Wives has earned millions of dollars in income over the years, but the real distribution of that money, particularly among the children who sacrificed their privacy and emotional well-being for entertainment, has remained a mystery. Gwendlyn's statement is more than simply a passing remark. It is a torch that illuminates a dark corner of reality TV ethics, calling into question how much agency, financial independence, and support these children truly had while growing up in the public eye. Christine, who was already battling with Kody's lack of support and finally decided to leave the plural marriage, took it upon herself to share the money with her children, highlighting the striking contrast between her maternal values and Kody's patriarchal disengagement. It's more than simply money, it's about labor, responsibility, and love. When Gwendlyn stated that TLC did not pay the children and that Christine had to be the one to ensure their financial recognition for being on television, Christine's fan-favorite status grew even stronger. Viewers had already praised her bravery, independence, and eventual determination to leave a terrible marriage, but this admission demonstrates that she also bore the weight of compensating her children for something that should not have been her entire duty. It begs the question, where was Kody during all of this? The show portrays him as the family's leader, frequently reminding everyone of his sacrifices and worries, although he does not appear to have been in charge of ensuring his children received proper remuneration. According to Gwendlyn, the weight rested on Christine, who never hesitated to look after her children's best interests, even when her own finances were tight. For fans, this widened the gap between the version of Kody that the show originally attempted to depict and the version now revealed by his own children. Christine, on the other hand, is consistently portrayed as the emotional backbone of her family, both on and off screen. Gwendlyn's disclosure indirectly implicates TLC and the Sister Wives production team. As reality television becomes more popular, there is growing concern about how young performers are treated, safeguarded, and compensated. Shows such as John and Kate plus 8 and 19 Kids and Counting have received similar criticism for financial exploitation and a lack of competent oversight. So, why did Sister Wives seem to be no different? Why weren't the kids legally entitled to money from a show that featured them so prominently, especially when episodes revolved around their birthdays, graduations, personal issues, and even disagreements with their dad? Gwendlyn's observation prompts viewers to rethink the ethics of how these family-oriented shows are designed. The children's value appears to have been in their screen time rather than any formal acknowledgement. Christine, most likely aware of the inequality, sought to address it in her own way. Though she couldn't match TLC's compensation for Kody or the show's overall budget, her decision to give her children something, anything, demonstrates her consistent efforts to be a true provider rather than just a TV persona. It also confirms what fans have long noted: Christine is the one that shows up for her children, both emotionally and financially. The financial disparity is even more evident when you consider how conspicuous the youngsters were throughout the series. Sister Wives relied heavily on the big family concept from the start, the turmoil of so many kids, the everyday practicalities of plural parenting, and the many personalities that emerged on camera. The children made the show more real and entertaining. However, while Kody and his wife, particularly Robyn in later seasons, appeared to thrive financially, the children were stuck in the middle of a profit machine. Gwendlyn's comment completely shifts the narrative. Her delivery is honest rather than furious or vindictive, which adds to the force of her statements. She does not appear to be aiming to incite controversy, rather, she is exposing a previously unknown reality. It resonates not just because of the injustice, but also because it is consistent with what spectators have seen play out over the years: Christine stepping up, Kody bailing, and Robyn absorbing an increasing share of the family's financial resources. It's unclear whether Christine's choice to pay her children was a one-time occurrence, a continuous practice, or something that developed as they grew older and were more aware of the show's earnings. Regardless, the deed says words. It shows that she was aware of the sacrifice her children were making by being videotaped, which had an obvious impact on their privacy, mental health, and family dynamics. Christine's pay may have been modest in the big scheme of network television expenditures, but it was enormous in heart. It also raises severe concerns regarding child labor and contract rights on reality television.